No, it was a traditional semi-final. You know, it was intense. You know, the atmosphere was great. I thought the Dewsbury fans created a great atmosphere along with the London travelling support that came up, and yeah, it was a real battle there, real battle. You know, we were 6-0 up, then we were down 16-6, and then we got the 2 tries before half time, 16 all, and then second half it was a little bit to and fro in there, real arm wrestle, and then we managed to come through and get over the top of them and secure the victory late on. So, mate, just so pleased for the players. You know, I think everybody knows it's been a tough season. We've faced a lot of adversity as a group, and I think I've had probably 3 or 4 different teams within the team throughout the course of the season. You know, the amount of players that we've gone through. So, you know, and I think for these young guys, you know, they were doing it tough there, you know, 6-7 weeks ago. You know, we had 1 win out of 8 games. That's where we were at. You know, we had a lot of young kids out there playing, and I'm just so pleased for them because, you know, we've come through the other side, and we had those 2, you know, emphatic victories at home back to back, and we competed well at Featherston, just weren't clinical enough that day, and then we've come here and give a good account of ourselves and thoroughly deserved. I need to point that out. We thoroughly deserved to win today. It wasn't a lucky win. It was a deserved win. We were the better team. I thought we showed some real intent and some purpose and an attitude, and like I said, you know, I've noticed, you know, in the last sort of 4 weeks, you know, since we played Dewsbury in the Super 8s competition, there was a real attitude that day and a real buzz that day, and I feel there's now a backbone to this team and a spine to this team, you know, there's some belief within them now, and there was only probably ourselves that believed we could have won the game today. I think the form book probably suggested Dewsbury would win. Obviously, they've been a bogey team all year, you know, but it's just nice to get the monkey off the back, and certainly in such an important game as being the semi-final. So, no, fantastic. Yeah, I spoke to him a little bit about our discipline. I felt, you know, at times we'd sort of get a good outcome to end a set. We'd finish where we wanted to on our turns, but then play 3 or play 4, we'd give away a dumb penalty, and we'd give them the field position. I felt when we started the game, we were a little bit trigger happy, a little bit giddy, you know, trying to flick the ball out a little bit too much, and maybe that's a little bit of nerves and stuff like that, and you can't afford that in big games. You know, you've got to be patient, you've got to build pressure. It's not to say you can't play football, don't get me wrong, you've got to play football and ask questions, but it's been measured in your approach, and I just felt we were a little bit trigger happy too early, and we got away with it a little bit, but that didn't probably help us, and you know, so I spoke about that at half time, and the way that we finished off that first half, we showed a lot more composure, we executed our plan a lot better, and some of our shapes, and we caused them some problems, and hence why we got back into the game at 16 all. So just really pleasing in the second half that, you know, when we started a bit jittery second half early doors, but again we recovered really well, and the halves got us back on track, and the players fell back into their shapes and asked the questions, and we recovered well, and we finished the stronger of the 2 teams. So overall, mate, most of that performance I was really pleased with. Some of our defensive work was outstanding. You know, I thought we did a good job on Anthony Thackeray today, who we knew was a key figure for them. I thought Matt Garside had him covered all day when they were trying to tack down that right side there, and you know, Matt Davis again was so industrious defensively, you know, putting his body everywhere. And I've got to give young Alex Walker a rap too. You know, the kid's it's been a tough year for him in terms of he hasn't had an opportunity till the semi-final, you know, because unfortunately for him, he's had some good players in front of him in that position. And I know he's been questioning to me, like, when am I going to get a game? And I've said, look, you just got to be patient. You know, that's unfortunate because he's seen all these other young kids getting a game, and the reality is those young kids are playing because we've had no bodies and we've had no players in those positions. And I said, it's just unfortunate, mate. You just got to be patient. But he's, you know, he's gave a good account of himself today. So this means I've got a headache next week because Sean Morris will be back. So I'm going to have to decide there which one's going to be the best way forward moving into the Featherston game. But no, really pleased for him because it's been a tough year for him in terms of you know, his opportunities. But he gave a good account of himself today. So, but I could name, there was so many good performances. Andrew Henderson was good again for us today, and you know, I thought Will Bartow did some good stuff, and so did Joe Keys, did some good stuff at times throughout the game, you know, which was good. And you know, Ben Halliwell and you know, Matt Garside and Dragon on that left side was strong, and on the right side Elliot Keir defended really well against big Carl Price. You know, he didn't let him get through him once, and McCartney. It was a great team performance, mate. A great team performance. But you know, we've enjoyed and celebrated with the team song in there, but we're very humble as a group. We're staying grounded because at the end of the day, we haven't won anything yet. You know, we've given ourselves an opportunity to win something. So it was very, very pleasing, and I'm proud of the players and the way we conducted ourselves today. We didn't get drawn into anything, and we were professional, we were diligent, and we were effective in what we did, and we thoroughly deserved the win. So we go to Widnes next week with a real good opportunity to secure some silverware, but again, we have to be better again, and the boys know that. We have to work harder again this week on the field, and we've got to be prepared, and we're going to go there with some intent to win the game.